Welcome back to English in a Snap. I'm Sarah, and this is Alex. Today, you'll hear a real, natural conversation between two friends about living in Tokyo. Our main goal is to help you hear and learn real English. We'll put important phrases and their meanings on the screen, so follow along. You're going to hear a lot of real, useful English today.
Yeah, Tokyo, it's quite a place to land when you barely know how to say hello, right?
Oh my God, tell me about it. Looking back, it feels kind of insane that we just showed up with basically zero Japanese. Zero.
Seriously, remember trying to navigate the Shinjuku station for the first time? It felt less like a station and more like a small country with its own internal logic.
A country designed to confuse foreigners. I distinctly remember trying to buy snacks at a convenience store on day one, just pointing and hoping for the best.
Pointing was the universal language for a while there. I tried ordering ramen once at this tiny little place, maybe 6 seats total.
The best kind.
Totally. And I thought I was asking for pork ramen, but I
Mm-hmm.
must have pointed wrong or mumbled something completely bizarre.
What did you get?
I ended up with this bowl of plain broth and some green onions. Just broth. The chef looked so confused, and I was too embarrassed to say anything, so I just drank the broth.
No way. You just drank hot broth. That's hilarious. See, those are the moments. You just have to roll with it.
You really do. But, despite those awkward moments, people were incredibly kind, weren't they?
Unbelievably so. I remember getting completely lost trying to find our apartment building after exploring. Totally turned around.
Been there many times.
Right. And this lovely older woman, she must have seen the panic on my face. She didn't speak any English. I spoke zero Japanese, but she spent like 10 minutes pantomiming and pointing until she figured out where I needed to go.
Oh, yeah.
And then she walked me almost all the way there, just out of pure kindness. It was amazing.
That sounds about right.
Hmm?
I had a similar thing happen trying to figure out the train ticket machine. This businessman, clearly in a rush, stopped and helped me buy the right ticket, showed me which platform. It really made an impression.
It really did.
Yeah.
And, all those interactions, the pointing, the confusing moments, the kindness, that's actually how we learned, right?
Exactly. We didn't really take formal classes at the start. We just lived. This is called the immersion method. We learned by living in the language, just like you're doing with English.
Totally. You're forced to figure things out. Ordering coffee, asking for directions, trying to read signs. Every day was a language lesson, whether you wanted it or not.
You pick things up surprisingly fast when you have to. It's survival. But it's also kind of fun, eventually.
Yeah, eventually, once the sheer terror wears off. And, going through that whole process, it really gives you perspective.
Oh, absolutely. Now that we're learning a new language ourselves, we really understand what English learners feel.
Right. You feel awkward, you make mistakes, you worry about sounding silly. But you also realize how brave it is just to try to put yourself out there in a language that isn't your own.
Totally. Major respect for anyone learning English. Because, yeah, we get it now. It takes guts.
Speaking of discoveries, though, remember finding those little yakitori places under the train tracks?
Oh, the best. Smoky, loud, delicious, and cheap. That was a game changer. Or, what about the first time you went into a Daiso, the 100 yen shop?
Oh my gosh, Daiso. It's
Yeah.
like a treasure hunt. You go in for one thing, like maybe some socks.
And you come out 2 hours later with, oddly shaped kitchen gadgets, cute stationery you don't need, and maybe some questionable snacks.
Exactly. And everything's only 100 yen, which felt dangerously affordable. It was amazing. Finding those little everyday joys was almost as fun as seeing the big famous sites.
Definitely. Which actually brings up a good point. Maybe a tip for anyone visiting.
Yeah, what's your top tip?
Don't just stick to the super famous spots like Shibuya Crossing or the big temples, though obviously see them. But, dedicate some time to just wandering.
Oh, totally agree. Pick a random train station a few stops away from the center, get off, and just walk around.
Exactly. Explore the quieter neighborhoods. That's where you find the really cool little shops, the tiny parks, the local restaurants. You see how people actually live. You stumble upon things.
You really do. Some of my best memories are from just getting slightly lost in a residential area and finding a fantastic little coffee shop or a shrine tucked away between buildings. It feels more real.
Yeah, it gives you a different feel for the city. Less overwhelming, more human scale.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It counters the initial shock of the massive scale of everything else.
True. Okay, final funny story time.
Yeah.
What's one thing that still makes you laugh about adjusting to life there?
Okay. For me, it's probably the trash sorting still, even after all this time.
Oh gosh, the trash, yes. Burnables, non-burnables, PET bottles with the caps off, labels removed, cans, glass.
The specific days for specific types. I lived in constant low-grade anxiety about putting the wrong thing out on the wrong day. I'm pretty sure my neighbors thought I was just deeply confused about garbage.
I think everyone goes through that. I once tried to ask my neighbor about a specific plastic container using my terrible Japanese, and I think I accidentally asked him if he was burnable trash.
No. What did he say?
He just gave me this very polite, very confused smile and slowly backed away. Mortifying, but also, yeah, pretty funny now.
See? It's those moments. Living there is just, it's intense, it's sometimes confusing, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Definitely. There's an energy there that's just unique. The mix of hyper-modern and deeply traditional. The efficiency, the quiet moments, the food.
And the people, honestly. Despite the language barrier sometimes, just that general politeness and willingness to help a confused foreigner out, it really shapes your experience.
Absolutely. It's a place that definitely stays with you. So much to discover, even just in the everyday stuff.
Couldn't agree more. Just an amazing experience all around. Remember, our real goal is to help you hear and use natural English in real life. Thanks for joining us, and keep practicing your English every day. See you next time on English in a Snap.